Hey guys, so I just finally got around to finally watching Scoob, the new Scooby Doo movie that came out last year, May of last year. I know it's, again, like a lot of these reviews, it's coming late, and there's a million reviews of this movie out there. Um, I, this is a movie that I got a trailer for this movie quite a goddamn bit right before the pandemic hit. I saw it. I got the exact same trailer. The first trailer that many people have seen of this movie is the trailer I got quite a fucking bit. I remember getting this trailer all the way back in November until like about March when the pandemic hit and movie theaters closed. So probably for 4 months I got this trailer quite a lot, and I thought it looked adorable. I was like, it made me feel the feels. Seeing like a little puppy Scooby Doo meeting a little tiny Shaggy, and and I was like, yeah, whatever. I was like, yeah, it's a Scooby Doo movie. I never really grew up too much on Scooby Doo. I'll be first to tell you, I'm not the biggest. I didn't like avidly watch Scooby Doo when I was growing up, but I have a soft spot for Scooby Doo. I have, of course, I've watched Scooby Doo. I have a soft spot for a lot of Hanna Barbera cartoons like that. And like, I, I was really happy when I heard that this movie, the Warner Brothers decided to put this movie out on demand during the pandemic instead of waiting till next year. And releasing it until next year, they decided to take a loss and say, okay, we're just going to put this out on demand, just for, especially that's good news for parents and everything else like that, to have something to entertain their kids. And like I said, I was kind of, it was a movie I kind of was like looking forward to just from that first trailer. I was like, it probably will be fine. I was like, if you're going to make a Scooby Doo movie, animated, the animated is probably the way to go because the live action version wasn't very good. So, this should be all right. And I had heard like for the past few months that this was not very good, so my expectations weren't exactly high. But I also stayed away from the reviews of this movie so I could kind of go in with an open mind and not really know what maybe is the problem with this movie. I was like, maybe it's something that I see it being a lot better maybe than a lot of other people do. Who knows? I might like it, and other people might not like it. That's happened before. Why the fuck not? You know, I've had a pretty rough day today. I just want to pre-emphasize this before I go into my review. I've had a rough day. I had a rough day at work, and like when I watch these movies, just give you kind of a glimpse to my life right now. I have to watch movies in parts, pretty much, because of my schedule. I'm a pretty busy person right now. I'm working constantly, 6 days a week, sometimes 7. It could be 7. And so I'm watching movies in parts. And I got home from working today, and I was in a bad mood. And then I sat there going, oh fuck, I gotta finish watching this fucking movie. If you can't tell, this movie sucked. I thought this movie sucked. I'm going to be flat out honest. This movie, I did not like this movie one. I can't say there's nothing I didn't like that I did. Like, I can't say there's not positives about this movie, but I really, at the end of the day, kind of did not like this movie. God, man. I'll get into why I didn't like it, but the one thing I will say about this movie, that I will say positively about this movie, is that there are glimpses of Scooby Doo in this movie. I know that sounds weird. I'm talking about Scooby Doo movie, and I'm saying there's a glimpse of the show in this movie. You'll understand what I mean when I get into the negatives. So I will say that, like, the voice acting is pretty fucking well done, especially the main, characters that everybody knows from Scooby Doo, especially Frank Welker. I thought did a great job as Scooby. He's been doing it for years now. He's been doing all the direct-to-DVD sequel or movies, Scooby Doo movies. He's really good at it. Like, it's good to hear his voice doing it. Like, he's a fucking legend. You don't know who Frank Welker is? Look it up. I'm just gonna say, Google him. He's a pretty fucking famous voice actor. And I didn't even realize he voiced he was the original voice for Fred in the original TV show. So that's pretty cool. I didn't know that. I liked was it Will Arnett? That's not Will Arnett. Yeah, Will Arnett. Yeah, Will Arnett as Shaggy. I thought that was pretty good. I thought he did a pretty decent job. He's not Matthew Lillard. Obviously, Matthew Lillard was probably the most perfect casting. If there's one thing I could say about the live-action movie that is a positive, is there's a couple things I could say positively about that. I'll get to that in a second. But one of the things I could say is that was perfect casting for fucking... There's never been more perfect person to play Shaggy than Matthew Lillard. Like, that was a role he was born to play, I think, at this point. So, but I thought Will Arnett did a good job. I thought he did a good job as the voice of it, and it wasn't like I'm sitting there like, oh, it's just why is Will Arnett voicing Shaggy? He did a good enough job to make me believe he was the voice of Shaggy, so I had no problem with him as doing the voice. It's not like when you get like a big name actor or big name comedian doing a voice in a movie, like it distracts you because you just recognize the actor's voice and that's it. No, he was doing a good enough job, I thought. I think that's really, like I said, I thought the first maybe 10 minutes of this movie was pretty good. Even the part where you have a puppy version of Scooby Doo meeting Shaggy, I thought that was adorable. It was cute. And I'm like, okay, this movie's not so bad so far. Like 10 minutes in, I'm like, it's not bad. And then like they had to make me feel all nostalgic when they did a recreation of the opening of the Scooby Doo TV show. They did a really goddamn good fucking like reenactment of the fucking of the opening of the TV show, the opening credits of the TV show. It was really well done. Like, of course, it's like modern day animation, but they did like a really good job recreating it and still making it look like their old version. And then they also had like a remake of the theme song, of course they did, and it wasn't that bad. At least it wasn't a rap. I was like, at least it didn't rap or anything. But that's where all the positives end for this movie. Because you want to know why this movie sucks? This movie is not a Scooby Doo movie. It's a movie called Scoob, and it's barely about Scooby Doo. I'm not making that up. Like, I'm not. It's more a movie about. The best way I can describe this movie is that, you know that Mummy movie that came out a couple years ago with Tom Cruise that everybody hated? That was like the start of the Dark Universe, and it was not really a Mummy movie. It was just like a movie just setting up a cinematic universe. Well, this is what this fucking movie is. This movie. The whole purpose of this movie is not to be a Scooby-Doo movie, but to set up the Hanna-Barbera cinematic universe. And that's fucking it. Like, you do, like, have glimpses of, like, what feels like something, like, that would come out of a Scooby-Doo cartoon. Like, some of the hijinks, and, like, you get some hijinks here and there, but it's mostly a movie about Scooby-Doo and Shaggy teaming with the Blue Falcon and some fucking dog called... What the hell was his name? Damn it. Hold on. I'm sorry, I have to look this up. Will Forte, by the way. It's not Will Arnett. I apologize. I just realized it's Will Forte. I just keep saying Will Arnett. It's Will Forte. Blue Falcon, and it's a movie where they're teaming with Blue Falcon and Dynamite the dog. Okay, raise of hands if you don't know who the fuck Dynamite the dog is. I had no idea. Okay, I thought when the Blue Falcon character Dynamite came onto the screen, I thought that was just a character they fucking created. I'm like, why am I watching this? Like, because they separate the Mystery Inc. team, and they're like separated for like the whole movie. Like, they're only together for like maybe 10 minutes, and that's it. And it's like, I don't want to watch Scooby Doo teaming up with Dynamite, a animated character that was a Hanna-Barbera cartoon, apparently, that no one fucking remembers. I guarantee most people don't fucking remember. And we want to see them fucking solving mysteries with the rest of the Mystery Inc. We don't give a shit about Blue Falcon and Dynamite and Dee Dee or some bullshit. I'm like, I don't fucking care. It's like, it's exactly feeling like this bullshit Hollywood attempt at trying to create a cinematic universe instead of trying to actually make a good Scooby Doo movie. And it pissed me off. I like 10 minutes in. Okay, 10 minutes after that great 10 minutes of the opening scene, I shit you not, the movie fucking shit the bed very quickly right afterwards, because they literally, the next scene after you see them like have the recreation of the opening of the TV show, they break up the fucking group. They literally, the next scene is they break up the group. And how do they fucking do that? I'm not making this up. Simon Cowell is how. If you're asking, how the fuck does that have to do anything? Why does Simon Cowell have to do with Scooby Doo? I don't fucking know. I still don't fucking know, because they're looking for an investor, and because he's Simon Cowell, he is brutally honest and says, "Oh, Scooby and Shaggy are really just the weak links of this group. Maybe you need to get rid of them, and friendship is not really anything." And I'm like, what am I watching? Why is this Simon Cowell in this fucking movie? What does Simon Cowell do anything? Why is Simon Cowell an investor? That's had many fucking questions. I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? Is this 2002? Am I watching, like, this feels like a rejected cameo from the fucking live action movie. You know what pisses me off even worse about this? The live action movies were a better Scooby-Doo movie than this movie was. And those movies were shit. Like, at least those movies tried to be a Scooby-Doo movie. And they failed at it, but they tried to be. They felt like Scooby-Doo. And, like, why... This is this problem of Hollywood where they're trying to build all these... They're trying to recreate Marvel for no fucking reason, even when, like, you don't need to do that. Like... We got, like I said, I already knew ahead of time that there was a Hanna-Barbera cinematic universe being made in the process. And if this is the start of that, fuck that shit. And then I see that, like, I seen the trailer for Tom and Jerry, and that looks fucking awful. That looks even worse than this. So, fuck, man. I'm fine with them having, like, Dick Dastardly in it. That's fine. And, like, Muttley towards the end. I was getting pissed about Dick Dastardly because, like, I'm like, where the fuck is Muttley? Why? And they're like, oh, he keeps saying, oh, he's gone. I lost him. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck? And so they replace Muttley, who's a pretty iconic character in, like, Hanna-Barbera cartoons. And so is Dick Dastardly. And they replace him with Muttley with these robots that are obviously trying to be like the next Minions. They're trying to make it's like Hollywood cash grab bullshit. And I'm like, and like, it did result in one of my favorite what the fuck. There's a couple what the fuck moments in this movie, I'm not gonna lie. The two that come to mind were when fucking Dick Dastardly just rips the head off of one of these like cute little robots. They're supposed to be cute and friendly, but also deadly. But he just rips the head off of it and just sticks on the head of a vacuum instead. I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, this is a kid's movie? And then my favorite what the fuck thing of probably a long damn time in a kid's movie. I don't know how they got away with this. It made it PG in a PG kids movie, but there's a scene where Dick Dastardly, the whole plot is he's trying to recruit Scooby Doo to join him. And he's saying, he's like, Scooby's like, I'm not ever going to join you, Dick Dastardly. And Dick Dastardly goes, don't call me Dick Dastardly, just call me Dick. And he's like, okay, Rick. You know, because he's Scooby Doo, instead of saying, you know, Dick, he says Rick. And he's like, no, it's Dick. And she's like, all right, Rick. And he's like, Dick. That's literally, I swear to God, I should have fucking like put the subtitles on and took a picture of it. He keeps saying Dick, like 5 times, like 10 times. He keeps, I'm like, wow. That's like, this is a scene I'm seeing in a fucking kids movie in PG. There's like Tinder jokes in this movie. There's like, of course, it's like trying to be hip with the kids nowadays, because, you know, that's all these fucking kids movies are. Oh God, I hated this movie. Part of me really hated this movie. The only part that there were glimpses of good stuff in this movie, and that was when like it took a second to be a Scooby Doo movie, like, and it felt like because like when you get like the interactions between Scooby and Shaggy, and like I was kind of adoring it, like their friendship, and I was like, yeah, that's, you know, fuck it, well, that's what the main focus is, should be on, and not Dynamite and Blue Falcon and whatever the fuck Dee Dee and Captain Caveman, like all these characters that no one fucking remembers. Most people, I guarantee it. Who the fuck remembers Dynamite? Like, nobody. I'm sure there's gonna be probably a whole fan base are gonna be fucking pissed off at me because I'm saying that. Oh, Dynamite's like, dude, it lasted like 3 seasons, 20 episodes. It can't be that fucking good. I looked it up. Like, and I looked up, oh, like he teamed up with Scooby Doo back in the past. No one fucking remembers that. I guarantee it. Like, Dick Dastardly and them, that's fine. But this is just bullshit. God, I hated this. Like I said, I was already in a bad mood today, and I'm like, I had to go fucking watch. Like, I had to watch the rest of this movie. I'm like, I really don't want to watch it. Like, this is not good. And like, I'm like, well, I did say I was gonna go watch it to my 2 adoring fans maybe out there on YouTube, but I don't know. It's like, God damn it. I'm like, yeah, so I hope you're happy. I watched the Scoob movie. Fuck this movie. As you can tell, I don't recommend it. Yeah. So what's next? Oh, fuck Capone. Okay, I'm looking forward to that because I've heard some amazing thing. I've another one of those movies I've tried to stay away from reviews and tried to stay away from spoilers so I can be entertained. I'm hoping this movie is, even if it's bad, I hope it's entertainingly bad, which I've heard it might be. So I don't know. All right, so yeah, that's what's coming up next. And until then, I will talk to you guys later.